This is a Bears town. We worship great defense. We appreciate frigid temperatures when our 11 are battling their 11 on the lakefront in January. We love a helmet with a chunk of fresh turf lodged in it. This is a Bears town. And we are the new home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel angry or depressed most of the time? Do you feel neglected or unloved?
Do you feel you attract people who tend to be compulsive or abusive?
Do you have money problems because of someone else's drinking?
Are you afraid or embarrassed to bring your friends home?
Do you feel that if the drinker loved you, she or he would stop drinking?
If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
More than half of all adults have a family history of alcoholism.
Not everyone trapped by alcohol is an alcoholic.
Families and friends are suffering too.
Al-Anon
and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Get on board. The water is open. It's time to go boating and fishing and leave stress in our wake. Feel the wind as we ride and a fish on the line. Reel in our first catch and feel the sun at our backs. It's get out on the water season. It's time to get on board. Find out where to get on board near you. Visit Take Me Fishing and Discover Boating to learn more. And please recreate responsibly. Get on board. Get on board.
If you miss a show or an interview on ESPN 1000, you can hear it anytime, anywhere through the all-new ESPN Chicago app.
This is Unsportsmanlike.
The early MVP picks, I think, amounted to be pretty significant candidates at the end. Mike Tannenbaum was yours.
Yes.
I don't think Mike T understood that the hibachi chef is there to actually put on a show.
Yeah.
Because he made everybody go around and ask people questions. He had you look up these dinner
questions. Yeah. He made everybody be quiet.
Right.
And then he had me pull up dinner party questions. But I will say, I did learn a lot about my teammates during that exercise.
That's true.
Yeah, but you missed the onion volcano.
We did. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We are Unsportsmanlike here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2. And joining us now, he's our ESPN NFL front office insider. He's the former GM of the Jets and the Dolphins. He was at the ECHC2, the Evan Cohen Hibachi Cookout, on a Friday night. And he is a co-MVP along with Pat Costello. It is Mike Tannenbaum. Well, you're bothered by the co-MVP? Pat was good.
Pat was excellent. I'm over it.
Mike, thank you for being there. You were wonderful. And I realized something about you. You never are not a GM. You're always surveying the room, evaluating, scouting, trying to get the best out of everyone. Let's see. Did Mike Tannenbaum have a good time on Friday night?
I had a great time. And I was encouraged that there's already, a little sort of trailer, little preview for next year. So I was even excited about that.
Smalls, what did you think of Mike on Friday night?
I picked him to be the MVP, and he could not have delivered more. I was very thrilled with Mike Tannenbaum's performance. Like I said in the open there, he made us go around and answer questions, and I learned a lot about my teammates throughout that exercise. So thank you, Mike, for having us do that.
And that's the whole part. You guys are the proverbial big toes, right? So everyone's going to be nice to the host and hostess of the show. But this way we got to know there was, we'll just say employee X who has 4,422 pairs of shoes. That was we didn't know that.
That's right.
Amongst other things.
Yes.
We have one teammate who has extreme proclivities for sake. We didn't know that.
I did not know that one of our teammates had that superpower.
Yes.
Yeah, and that teammate isn't here. I mean, to mention Mike Houck's name on the air would not be right.
No, we wouldn't want to do that to
right.
Mike. No.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're saying because of the sake he called out today?
Well, I'm just saying, as a GM, if we have an outing, right, and there's curfew, and then there's, a mandatory meal the next morning, Chris, right? Sounds like a finable offense to me.
It does. It absolutely does.
Very quickly, before we get into the football, the biggest highlight for you on Friday was what? Like when you think back to that, what was the number one thing you will think back to?
Well, I gotta think the Saki sort of spray gun or
Yes.
water gun. Like you just don't see that every day.
No, you don't. You did a great job, and we appreciate
Phenomenal
you being
job.
there.
Yeah,
And we
good
really
showing,
appreciate
Mike
you
T.
being there on Friday night. Mike, let's get into obviously what we're talking about around the football world today, and that is the Micah Parsons trade request. Do you believe he's actually going to get traded?
I think there's a 0% chance he gets traded, and I think this is just the noise of an NFL, negotiation in July and August. I've been there, most notably with Darrelle Revis, but amongst others, feelings get frayed, it gets emotional. Chris, you've been in many contract negotiations as a player. One thing I would say, though, like to take you behind the curtain, which is I do think Jerry Jones should keep in mind that there's the locker room. I would tell you from a GM perspective, obviously I was in sync hour by hour with the head coach and owner, but I always felt like it was the locker room there, that there was checks and balances, meaning like if I got too far afield on an issue, I would have a veteran say, hey, Mike, you may be off on this. You may want to reconsider X or Y. And I think if I'm a Dallas Cowboy and I'm a young ascending player, and Will McClay's done a great job, they have drafted very well. Like, why does CeeDee Lamb go to the 11th hour? Dak Prescott's walking into the stadium opening day. Like, Micah Parsons is a great player. He's young. He's productive. Like, why does it have to be so hard?
Yeah, and you saw a little bit of that over the weekend. Players taking to social media. CeeDee Lamb just saying, let's go ahead and pay the man what you owe him. We don't need the extracurriculars. You wonder how much of the noise bleeds into the psyche of the players in that locker room, especially when you're trying to shift the culture. But zero in on the Micah Parsons of it all, Mr. T. And I get why you're saying that there's a 0% chance that the Dallas Cowboys trade him. But are we sure that Micah Parsons wants to continue to be there after the owner has taken such public shots at him?
Yeah, I think we would have to be the four of us sitting here in November before I would change my answer. Jalen Ramsey took several weeks for him to go from Jacksonville to the Rams. I just think...
But he did use an injury or an ailment as an impediment to him getting back to play and amidst his trade request, and ultimately the franchise acquiesced. I guess what would keep Micah Parsons' camp from executing a similar strategy if he, in fact, does want to leave and move on from Dallas?
$42 million a year. Like, if he gets $42 million a year, which is what he should get, I think he gets done. And I just go back to, like, Jerry Jones owning the team since, I believe it's 1989. Emmitt Smith missed a couple of regular season games. Like, there's been bumps in the road. I just don't think Jerry Jones, as the owner-operator of the Cowboys, is going to trade a star. I just don't think he's wired that way. We can have a lot of fun speculating on what would it take and all, but I just don't think Dallas returns the call. Jerry Jones has owned the Cowboys for a long time. I just don't think he's wired that way.
What would the offer have to be on the other end of the phone for him to consider it?
Yeah, I saw another show. I threw out like Buffalo, and I'm just speculating here, but 3-1s, and I had James Cook and Ed Oliver. But like, I don't know if that gets it done. Like, to me, that puts Buffalo as the Super Bowl favorites in the AFC if they had Parsons. Although James Cook to me is a great player, they can overcome Ed Oliver. But it would have to take something like that.
You said 3-1s?
Yeah, I just like if you're Dallas, it'll never happen. So I'm just wildly speculating, Chris. I really don't know what it would take, and I just don't think it would ever happen.
Would it be the best football decision for them, though, to take a package like that and say, we're not really in a position, we're not going to win our division, we're not really in a position to compete. He's upset. We could really do a lot with this draft capital. Yep. Like, would it be the right football decision if they got an offer like that on the table for them to move on from Mike?
Yeah, Michelle, that's a great point. Like, if they said to 6 teams, hey, we need your best offer by close of business today, like, that's a really interesting question. If we could get multiple first-round picks and 1 or 2 young players, as great as Parsons in, you probably would have to consider it. I don't think it would ever happen, but it may be the right football move.
It's interesting. We're talking with Mike Tannenbaum, ESPN NFL front office insider here on Sportsmanlike, presented by Progressive Insurance and ECHC2 MVP.
Could you just change my title?
Yeah. So I like where you're going with this, because if they were to do that, that's today. By the end of the day, we need the best offer from all these teams. By the end of tomorrow, I'm looking for the best offer for CD, and then by the end of Wednesday, I want the best offer for Dak. And we're gonna if we're playing that game, let's play that game. But I think you guys all continue to look at it, and I know it's for we have to for football reasons. None of this is for football, in my opinion. All of this is for show. All of this is because, as Adam Schefter said, it's like P.T. Barnum in a circus. Did you ever work for a football team that you thought was not actually a football team?
And I wouldn't. It's too hard to win. It really
So
is.
if they offered you the GM job right now, the Cowboys, you'd say no.
Well, again, the contact. Well, would I still be invited
you
back?
can come back
next year?
ECHD for
yeah, absolutely.
No, look, it would have to be they would have to change the job in the organization. Stephen Jones would have to be the owner. They would have to hire somebody and hold that person accountable. That's what is going to happen.
So they don't look like a football team to you?
No, of course they do, but they're just they operate different. Them and there's a few owner operators. We know who they are. It's certainly like the Bengals are another one where they are owner operators. And by the way, they're entitled to. They're a for-profit enterprise, and they can certainly. That's their call. And Jerry Jones is the GM, and he doesn't hide behind that.
A quick follow-up on that very quickly. Sorry. You mentioned when you were dealing with Revis, you would have veterans come to you and say, hey, come on, the locker room is, a guy like CeCe, who's a respected, high-end veteran, would come and knock on the door. Do the Cowboys have anybody that would do that with Jerry?
Just to be clear, that happened all the time with the Jets and Dolphins. It wasn't just about Darrelle Revis. My door was always open. I was always interested in hearing from select veterans that were smart and wise and experienced that could. I have blind spots like everybody else. Feel free to disagree. Yeah. But
but would you do that?
Yeah,
like CeCe is literally that, a smart, high-end veteran. Would you ever go knock on a general manager's door and say, what you're doing with player X is really affecting the other guys?
No, because I played for Jerry Jones in Dallas, and I don't think you'd actually care. But I do think that you share those sentiments with your coaching staff. You talk to the other people in the building. A lot of people don't realize this, but the equipment managers, they are great purveyors of information. Also, when you start talking about the medical staff, those people, like you talk to all of those individuals and you share how the locker room feels about what the team is doing and how they're handling their business, how they're handling particular players. And the part that makes it so fascinating in Dallas is that there has been a concerted effort by the coaching staff to change the culture, even going as far as changing the physical lockers in the locker room. And for Jerry to undermine that once again, to undermine his head coach once again, stop me if it sounds like a broken record, illustrates why it's hard to believe in the Dallas Cowboys having a different result than anything we've seen in recent memory. It's why they have the longest conference championship game drought in the NFC.
Yep.
Any disagreement on that?
No, and again, Chris makes a good point. Like, it's just not talking to the GM, but like it just permeates in the culture when you're talking to the assistant coach, talking to the coordinators. And again, that's what you have to be most careful. If I was Jerry Jones, if I was talking to him today, I'd be like, Jerry, my kid's going to work out. This is just all noise and fodder. But what about those young players, the Tyler Smiths of the world? Like, they're looking at this like, really? Like, and not to say that every other team is perfect and there aren't other bumps in the road, but it seems like the Philadelphias of the world or Washington, I know they're dealing with McLaurin, like they're running their organization to compete against us. Right now, I feel like we're competing against ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Self-inflicted noise, though, by the way.
Yeah. Yep.
Well said. Mike Tannenbaum, you'll see him on Get Up at 8 a.m. Eastern Time, and always wonderful with us. You mentioned it. Pat Costello with I'm Over It coming up next. But first, Smalls has this from ESPN Bet.
That's right, Ev. Whether you're locking in your home run picks or riding with your favorite golfers this summer, ESPN Bet is your sports book for all the action. Go from checking stats on your favorite teams and players to placing bets and do it in just a few taps. Plus, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app. Sign up with promo code USL. That's USL to get started today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Coming September 2nd to ESPN Radio.
First of all, I love bringing this to the public.
The Rich Eisen Show.
NFC North, top to bottom. You could say this is the best this division has ever been.
Rich Eisen returns September 2nd to ESPN Radio, ESPN Plus, and on Disney Plus.
Cap and J Hood.
It's so good to have you guys a part of my life. And when I tune in every day, even though I don't call in as much as I should, I keep it locked in all the time up here in the snow.
I appreciate you, Curtis. Thank you so much for listening.
This radio station is by far the best radio station.
Get Cap and J Hood podcasts on demand in the ESPN Chicago app or listen weekdays 7 to 10 on ESPN 1000 and 100.3 HD2.
Hey Chicago, your local IKEA stores know that summer is short, so make the most of it. Visit your local IKEA Schaumburg or IKEA Bolingbrook stores between now and August 8th for your chance to win a fully catered suite night for your family and friends at an upcoming White Sox game. Just scan the QR code in the store. And Friday, August 8th, it's IKEA's annual summer barbecue from 4 to 7 p.m. Enjoy a delicious buffet of American backyard favorites with some Swedish flair. So stop by your local IKEA today to enter to win, and then join the barbecue fun on August 8th.
$3.5 million. The Verdoyak Law Group wins again for their clients. You heard that right. The Verdoyak Law Group recovered $3.5 million for a client who was injured in an auto accident. If you're injured, make sure to call the Verdoyak Law Group.
Bears voted in favor of banning the tush push. They know what the play was, and they're just going on the term tush push. That doesn't sound very fun. Is that a profane term? I don't want it.
It sounds uncomfortable. Go ahead.
That too.
Ow! Ouchie! I haven't done that. Ouchie!
Cap and J Hood presented by ESPN Bet. Weekday morning 7 to 10 on ESPN Chicago and the ESPN Chicago app.
Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I want to share with you the experience of Donna in Washington. She writes, I got injured about 5 years ago. I was let go when, because of the injury, I couldn't keep up with my schedule. I've tried to find other work, but I'm 68 now. No one wants to hire someone that old. This week is tough, though, because I had to get my tooth fixed. So I only have $10 in my checking account. But it will be okay. I at least have food because of this pantry. Millions of people face hunger. Some every day, just like Donna. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Cap and J Hood. Morning 7 to 10 on ESPN 1000, Chicago's home for sports.
I'm over it with Pat the producer.
There are only 4 celebrities that I would be truly intimidated to talk to.
Is Tiger Woods one of them?
Tiger Woods is one of them,
Yes.
correct. Sylvester Stallone, absolutely. Lady Gaga. Oh, Jackie Chan. Nuno, have you ever lied about your height to get a date?
Oh, 7'1".
What is your program height?
My buddy told us not to do this.
And then what's your actual height?
Not to measure. I don't know. I shrunk a little. I've gotten older.
I shrunk a little.
I'm over it. I'm sick and tired and over it.
Get a life.
Yes, each and every day at this time, our producer, Pat Costello, gives us items in and around sports, entertainment, his life that he is over. I'm over it is brought to you by ZipRecruiter. If you need to hire for your business in 2025 and want an easier way to find qualified candidates, use ZipRecruiter. Try it free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Pat, floor is yours. Great job by you on Friday night at the ECHC2, the Hibachi Cookout. With ZipRecruiter all over your name tags and everywhere. Well done, Pat.
Thank you very much. But I'd like to start with the ECHC2. I'm being robbed of the ECHC2 solo MVP. Mike Tannenbaum, you guys are giving him the participation MVP, and that's ridiculous to me.
What?
Check the tapes. Go look all over social media.
Make your case. Why are you better than Mike Tannenbaum? Why was your performance better than Mike Tannenbaum's?
Incredible sake performance on multiple occasions by me.
True.
Caught vegetables in my mouth from like 20 feet away.
That's true. That was very impressive.
That was the long toss with the vegetables.
Very
that's
good.
pretty good.
Yeah, led the charge was the first person over at the ice cream stand. Everyone else was a little trepidatious. I was
Why were
over
they
there.
trepidatious?
I
was
was
some
in
hesitation.
I was in the yard chatting. I didn't even know that it was
what
happening.
was happening.
Yeah, same.
And then I saw some commotion, and then I saw the truck once I came around the corner.
Exactly. I wasn't hesitant. I was just uninformed.
I didn't initially see it.
Exactly.
I didn't see it either because I think I was dealing with the payment for the hibachi guy because he gave me a different number than the hibachi guy, the chef, and I had a whole disagreement about the price. I had a whole situation with this guy that you guys didn't see at the end.
Oh, no, I kind of saw you guys talking because he tried to leave without getting paid. You were like, I better pay this guy, right?
And
Before
then
he's trying to leave.
He was saying, not enough. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, I thought he was complaining about the tip.
He was negotiating.
Well, that's the thing. I thought he was complaining about the tip.
I need more, partner.
He's like, did you see my performance? I scared
miscounted-
Kimberly A. Martin.
I miscounted the cash I gave him. So when he was saying not enough, I'm like, what nerve to say I didn't give a good enough tip. I actually didn't pay the full bill, unbeknownst to me. But anyway, go ahead.
So you were still paying cash for the hibachi?
That's what they requested.
Love cash.
They requested cash. Interesting. Cash is cool. Sidebar, where did you put all the extra hibachi food?
My stomach.
You ate it all?
Well, that's all I've been
You had
eating
like
is-
these pans of hibachi left over.
That's a good question. I'm glad you followed up with that. I have had hibachi for every meal since.
I was looking, I was like, where is Evan putting all of this hibachi food at? The kids ain't there. Like,
Yeah, that's right.
Where is all the food going?
Every meal. I am very principled and like if I pay for it, it's going to get used.
Oh, it was great. The food was great.
The food was
I don't know. I will say this. I thought this hibachi chef was better this year than the guy last year.
100% agree.
Yeah,
Really?
I thought
The
he was
food?
better. Yeah, the food.
Because
I thought it was the exact same.
The performance, yeah, but the food was better. I thought the food was better.
He
this
cooked
year.
everything perfectly. Like,
Yes, he
I had
did.
the steak
Yeah.
and chicken, and it was perfectly cooked.
Yeah, I had some steak, even though I didn't order steak.
Oh, I got that done
I had
for you.
some chicken. I had some shrimp.
The guy was
It was
walking
so
away.
good.
He's like, anybody want steak? Cece was in mid-conversation. I'm like, sir, over there. And Cece's like, what? Oh, yeah, I'll stay. And he goes like, I'll have steak.
I wasn't gonna say no.
Yeah, it was
I wanted to make sure everybody that ordered steak got steak.
Somehow I ended up with scallops. I didn't even know anybody
They did
ordered
have extra scallops. I was like, oh.
I'll take them. And I had scallops. I had the shrimp. I thought was unbelievable.
Shrimp was great. I thought this chef
Unbelievable.
was better than last
Yeah,
year's
you know
chef.
what? You may be right. I hadn't thought about it that way.
I also participated in the catching of the egg on the head thing.
Oh, you did do that. That's right.
Yeah.
Not as well as somebody.
Yeah, I mean, Evan, he did a tremendous
Unbelievable.
job.
That's the true definition of first take.
One attempt. I mean,
Very
knocked it out.
impressive,
But
Evan.
here's what I'll say. I feel like he might have been practicing that leading up to the one attempt.
He's just throwing eggs in a
before we
hat.
got
Reps
there,
in.
yeah, exactly. Just to make sure that nobody can show him up because he is the
like,
host
oh, what?
of the ECHC. Yeah, exactly. Make it seem effortless.
Totally.
Yeah, exactly.
I did not. I swear. I could not believe that I did it on the first try.
And then he hit
And
us
then
with
gave
the
us
Jordan
with the Jordan
shrug.
shrug.
I know.
It just felt, I don't know, Smalls.
Little rehearsed.
Yeah, little rehearsed.
I did the flip of the egg into the chef's hat, and then I gave the Jordan shrug. What do you want me to do?
Your Jordan shrug was like in The Last Dance when that like
The security guy.
locker room guy. Yeah, that was
yeah.
what yours was.
Yeah. All right, keep making your case, Pat. Go ahead.
Do I need to make more of a case? I mean, I feel like I've laid it out pretty clearly here. All Mike T brought was the game that distracted from the hibachi performance. If anything, he took away from the night. I'm the MVP.
You think Mike T distracted? Well, Mike T did distract a
He
little bit.
literally did.
He did.
You guys missed the onion volcano, which I did not because I could see it. But
By the way, my wife did all of this, so shout out to her. I mean, she was the one who came up with the idea for the food truck. She was the one who came up with the idea for the sushi. I'm sorry, the ice cream truck, the sushi, and the pizza appetizer. But also, she had specialty signs and cups made.
She did. She did a great
Which
job.
was pretty awesome.
You know what? I also got to give a shout out to Lauren for having the jumbo macaroons there. Those were
Why don't you ask what happened to those this weekend?
So good. So good.
That's what happened to those this weekend.
Those macaroons were amazing.
I made her put them in the freezer because I couldn't stop eating them, and I refused to throw things out. I'm like, put them in the freezer for when the kids get home.
They were so good. They were
I missed
so
those.
good.
I pulled
You
the
didn't have?
I pulled the CC this year. I hurt myself. I was in pain on the ride home.
Oh, I'm still
I
in
ate my body weight at hibachi, and then I was not going to say no to the ice cream.
No, you can't say no to
You
the
want
ice
me to
cream.
bring you macarons tomorrow?
Yes,
For real?
please. For real. I'll eat
Okay, I'll
them.
take them out of the
And
freezer.
then
I could not eat one more bite of food when I left there.
And then you had the sugar cone, and you had it dipped in chocolate with the sprinkles on it. Oh, it was perfect.
And you know what else they did so well is they packed the ice cream into the sugar cone.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you get to the cone and it's empty,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh man, I mean, I'm gonna eat it, but it's kind of a bummer. They had the ice cream packed in the cone, so it
Really?
was ice cream
Right, yeah.
and cone at the end.
Yeah.
I got some
Amazing
response on our
distribution.
social that people couldn't believe you didn't get the double cone, Cece. Because they had the double cone. You're like, why would Cece not get the double
That's
cone?
just gluttonous at that point.
He also
I
had
think
some
we all-
macaroons to tackle.
Yeah, did you see all of the macaroons that I ate? I
had-
put a dent in those
I
macaroons
had,
now.
no big deal. I had 3 after the ice cream.
Oh,
Three
I
macaroons?
had more than I probably had 10 macaroons.
Of the bigger ones?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you didn't go for the double cone.
you know
Get
what
some
it is?
macaroons on deck.
Way too much sugar. I had
You
way
had
too much.
10 after?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were so.
I'm
I
happy
kept
about
going
that.
over to the macaroon tray, and I was like, I was just sitting there. At what point is somebody going to say, just get a small plate and put the macaroons on it? I just kept going over to the macaroon tray. I don't know how
did
y'all.
not
I don't
know
know how
that.
y'all missed that.
I did not see that. That's a
You
good
know
job
what?
by you.
It was a miss by us not
Well, it was
taking some
dark
to go.
So I watched Happy Gilmore 2 this weekend.
And?
It's terrible.
Oh, stop it.
I laughed one time.
Stop it.
I laughed once. It was Xander Schauffele doing That's What She Said. That was the funniest part of the movie.
You thought was the funniest
part?
part?
That was hilarious. That was the only funny part.
No, I thought it was funny when Scotty Scheffler did the hockey thing and pulled the guys out, shirts down, and punched him, and then got locked up and said, "Not again."
Oh.
That was great.
I thought that was a great callback. That was great. I thought that was great.
I'm so over the ripping of Happy Gilmore.
How can you rip Happy Gilmore? You're just turning it on for a cheap laugh.
Exactly. Thank you, CC.
It's a cheap laugh. Your expectations were too high, sir.
We're on Sportsman.
Carmen and Yurko.
Building off that bourbon analogy, like obviously when I put it in my barrel, it's not going to be ready in 6 months. right. To Chris's point, like you can go into the rick house, take the bunghole out.
What?
That's what it's called.
going on
What? That's what it's called. You can taste the whiskey.
Oh, he's tasting it now.
Are there people that go right from the hole?
Yes.
Get Carmen and Yurko podcast at your favorite pod place or on the ESPN Chicago app. Carmen and Yurko, weekdays noon to 3, ESPN Chicago.
Adam Schefter here for Vivid Seats, your ultimate destination for all your sports and concert needs this summer. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every home run and thrilling comeback in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
This is a Bears town. We worship great defense. We appreciate frigid temperatures when our 11 are battling their 11 on the lakefront in January. We love a helmet with a chunk of fresh turf lodged in it. This is a Bears town. And we are the new home of the Bears. ESPN Chicago.
Paul's new drone startup just lost its most genius computer scientist.
We just lost our best genius to some new genius who's got a genius new idea. I'm going to have to find a new genius, or two half geniuses, and fast.
He needs a computer scientist that can keep his startup from falling down.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.